Hi, my name is Bryan Broome. Today I'm going to explain one of the concepts from Tiago Forte's Building a Second Brain course. Today I will be explaining the concept of progressive summarization. It's a way of taking resources that you've saved to your second brain system and progressively summarizing it over time until instead of having a very long thing of notes you'd need to skim through at best or read in depth at worst, you can have more summarized notes that you can draw from instead of having to spend all that time anytime you come across this note. So it may take some time at the start to summarize it in this way, but it does save you more time in the future. Like, let's say you come across this note 5 different times in the future, and you want to know what is this note? What kind of information does this note tell me? And you have to read through it. Like, let's say you clipped an entire article. You have to read that entire article 5 different times. That is so much time lost. Instead, if you've taken the amount of time it takes you to read through it once or twice and summarized it, and then in that same amount of time, you've condensed that summary down even more, then the next time you go through, you can read that summary that you've made in about 20, 30 seconds instead of taking 10 minutes to read the entire article. So I'm going to show you one of the ones that I've done. So if I go to my projects, I did a roadmap to success in sales, and I clipped 3 different articles. I'm just going to grab one of them and show you. First, when you go through, you bold. So you bold things that look important, like thesis statements or main ideas. On the second time through, you take the things you bolded and you find the even more succinct things from those bolded statements and you highlight them. So, you don't need the word "as a salesperson." You get to be an expert at something. That's the vital part. I had to be an expert. Unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Failure doesn't mean you're not a good salesperson. Turnover is high in sales. Without salespeople, they're not making money, etc. So that's how you find out the most important parts. Then, once you've gotten all of those taken care of, you've figured out those bare thesis statements that really condense it. Then you go back up to the top and you summarize it yourself. It's all right there at the front. I always put a line before the actual original notes themselves, just so I can differentiate them. And there, now, instead of even I don't even have to scroll through and find the highlighted stuff. It's all right up there. And it's a little bit more condensed than it was in the original article. So it's just, there's one that's a quote. That's not as condensed, obviously, but the rest of this is. And now, if I'm writing something in the future on sales, and I see an article that says 5 reasons a career in sales is a great choice, I pull this up, boom, I've got 7 or 8 bullet points right at the start, and I know that if those things are what I want to know more about, then I can scroll down through here and look at all of his evidence, and then I'm not wasting time by reading through all the evidence for something that maybe wasn't even relevant if I was writing something else. So that's how you use progressive summarization to increase the efficiency of your work.